Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef and food blogger Veronica Hendrix in our kitchen cooking up an amazing meal. She's whipping up what she calls California caviar and then SoCali vegetable croquettes. We're cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. So grab a seat, get comfortable. We've got another great menu for you. This is your Community Cooking. Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host, Kirk Lyons. In our kitchen today, a familiar face. It's Veronica Hendrix.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you back.
So glad to be back.
Well, it's lovely to have you. You know, you are a food blogger, a very inspired food blogger,
Yes,
right?
I would call myself that, yes.
Well, let me ask you, what does inspire you to do the food blogging? Because you've got a 9-to-5 job, which is a pretty busy one, as an emergency manager. And then you just figure, like, I'm going to go home and relax and create another full-time job for myself?
Well, it's about relaxing, and that is exactly how I relax. In front of a stovetop, cooking, stirring the pot.
Yeah, you know what? I get that. I get that. You know, I'm always questioned at my house, too. Like, why do you want to cook after you've worked all day? It's because it relaxes
It
me.
really does.
Yeah.
It really does. I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you have brought well, it's an interesting menu because this menu is kind of southern by nature, but at the same time, there's all these California references.
Yes.
So I think you got some splaining to do. So we've got some croquettes, some SoCali croquettes coming up in the next segment, but right now we're doing California caviar.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because I don't see any caviar out here.
Well, no, but, you know, we're using black-eyed peas, which is used a lot in other kinds of caviar, like Texas caviar.
And I know it as Cajun caviar.
Yes.
Right. There's basically a salad that's made with it's Cajun caviar.
Exactly. But what I like is I love mint. Mint is my favorite herb. So
You've
it's got
talked about this before,
lots
if I
of
remember
fresh
correctly.
mint, and then a little sesame seed oil as well, and radishes, which you don't see in, you know, caviars. You don't really see that.
I got you. Okay.
So that's California.
Right. So not really a southern flavor in here. It's a little bit kind of heading out west, slightly Asian, skewing slightly Asian. Okay. All right. So where do we get started?
Well, we're going to go ahead and cut and seed those tomatoes.
And seeing that they're in front of me, I think that's my job, right?
Yes.
And by cut, do you mean dice?
Dice, yes.
Okay. So, and you want them seeded as well?
Yes.
All
and
right.
I'm going to start on the marinade.
Actually, why don't we run through the ingredients
okay,
first? That's
cool.
probably helpful. So
All
we
right.
got the tomatoes.
We've got black-eyed peas that are rinsed and drained. We've got jalapeno seeded, green onions, some garlic, some roasted corn that I roasted on the stovetop, radishes, bell pepper, and some cracked pepper.
Some red onion.
And red onion,
mint.
and then the mint here. And then the marinade has the vinaigrette has lemon in it and sesame seed oil.
Awesome. All right,
All right,
I will get
so-
started here.
And I'll get started with this.
All right. So, what was the inspiration for this transformation here from taking it from the south to the west?
Well, you know, I love black-eyed peas, and I love, like I said, fresh mint.
You know, and we really, you know what, in California, we really don't eat a lot of black-eyed peas, do we?
We really don't.
You don't really see them on menus unless you're in a southern restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love them. And, you know, they're hearty. They have a lot of flavor. They're pretty versatile. You can do a lot with black-eyed peas. I even went to a restaurant, and they had a black-eyed peas fritter.
Yeah.
Which was really delicious.
Sure.
I've had a black-eyed peas hummus before.
I've had that as well.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool. So they're pretty versatile.
And also, isn't there something about eating black-eyed peas for New Year's?
You know, it's supposed to be about good luck.
Good luck and money.
Yeah, and money.
Right.
So, yep.
All right, I'll take two.
I'm going to put a little pepper in here. I'm going to put a little salt in here. And this is just a very simple vinaigrette.
And this is a salad, but I mean, it's really a salad that kind of not like eats as a great side dish for any sort of like cookout or barbecue, right?
Exactly.
And I would imagine also too, if what I think is going to happen here, it probably would make a really good bed for like a piece of grilled meat or a fish or something.
That as well.
Especially in the warmer months.
Exactly. And you know what? A lot of people like to use this particular recipe, I'm going to mix this up really quickly, as a dip. I mean, if you have like beautiful blue corn tortilla chips,
right?
You can use it as a dip as well. It's pretty versatile.
Actually, you know, that just reminded me. I had something similar one time. It was done with black beans, and they used endive leaves as the vehicle to eat it on. And, you know, I've sort of borrowed that idea with other things. I do a ceviche in endive leaves. It's really good. But I like that idea of, like, maybe serving some endive leaves. Or, you know, what you could do is you could actually pre-plate it. Put the salad in the endive leaves and use that as, like, a pass hors d'oeuvre.
You know what? I like that. That's even figure-friendly.
Well, and also, I mean, if you have any vegetarian or vegan friends, they're going to love you if you have that at your gathering.
Well, my vegan friends also have been a huge inspiration for me as well. A lot of the things I blog about, of course, are for people who are meat eaters. And they always say, do you have anything for vegans?
Right.
So this recipe is really a nod to them as well because...
It's perfect because you got your protein there with the beans. Mm-hmm. And, of course, tons of veg.
Okay, I'm going to chop this mint up.
And this is absolutely a very farmer's market friendly meal.
Oh, a lot of these.
Oh, you know what I was going to ask you is you brought the beans. Are these canned or are these, did you cook these?
These are canned.
These are canned.
These are canned.
But you could buy them dry and cook them too.
You could buy them dry and cook them, but you know, I like the canned ones because they're quick, they're easy. You know, they store well in the pantry.
Well, I was going to say, you know, these we're not looking at like tough ingredients to find or to keep on hand. This is a great dish to, you know, just sort of make in the spur of the moment because a lot of this stuff, you know, you may very well have.
That's
right?
true.
Or not that hard to procure.
It's not the best knife for cutting this onion.
Okay, well, I'm almost done with these tomatoes here. If
Cut
you
a
need
little
help there, you let me know.
Okay. Right. In fact, I may let you do that because this is not a really great knife. For
All right. Well, listen, we don't need any accidents because then, you know, who are we gonna call? We got the emergency manager here. Can I just put these tomatoes into the bowl already?
Yeah, go right.
Does that work for
Yeah.
you? All right. Let's see. Try not to get them everywhere.
Let's start with that, and if we want to add
Oh,
more
that's
later,
good?
yeah, we'll add more later if we need to.
Okay.
I usually cut a little extra because I never know. You
never know.
Yeah.
And you want this diced as well?
Just diced as well. Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Yeah, and then everything else here we've pretty much got prepped, huh?
Yeah, we do. And you know what I like about this recipe? All the colors. You know, the colors of.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so beautiful.
They
and so
talk about
appealing.
eating the rainbow. This is the rainbow.
This is it. And a lot of people eat with their eyes. They want it to look good. They want it to.
Everybody eats with their eyes.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
Because I have a 5-year-old grandson, which I mentioned, and if it doesn't look good, he's not going to eat it.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is my way of helping him to eat well.
But I think a lot of us are like that. If it doesn't look good, it's like move on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And I love red onions.
Like that?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay. There. Beautiful.
All right, nice.
All right.
So we can go ahead and get the other ingredients in there. So we can just
we just start adding, right?
Just adding. Let me take this one right out.
Oh yeah.
You didn't cut that one.
All right. So that's our radish.
Yep.
I love the addition of radish. You know what? Really underutilized, and delicious. I like to keep them around. Cheap, first of all, right? I mean, you can get a bunch of radishes for under $1. We're
Yep.
talking like 79 cents.
Sometimes 50 cents.
Sometimes 50 cents. You know what you do? Here's a good thing if you want to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Just take them off their stems and wash them real good, and then throw them into like a shallow dish with a little olive oil and salt and pepper and roast them.
Roasted radishes?
I'm telling you, yes. Roast them on a nice high heat so they get a little bit of caramelization on them, just till they soften but still al dente. And then you can kind of just squirt it with lemon or hit it with lemon zest, or you could even like put a little bit of butter on that if you want.
Oh
Serve
my
that as
God.
a side dish, a little sprinkle of parsley. Delicious.
That sounds delicious.
Delicious. And like I
Never
said,
thought to do that.
I know, right? Really good. Really, really good. Okay, this is our
Bell pepper.
Green bell pepper.
Yeah.
See, some of these ingredients have made their way over from the south, as with the green onions.
Just green onions.
Right, and corn, that's definitely Texas,
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
And jalapeno, that's definitely
Gotta
the
have
south,
that.
right? The southwest at least. And then our black-eyed peas, our
black-eyed
caviar.
peas, our caviar. I'm going to stir all this together.
Ah, that's great. Look at that.
Let's Just get it stirred together. And then we're going to pour our little dressing, the dressing that I made earlier, over it. In fact, let me get some of this mint in there too.
Yeah.
That's.
So all we had in here was the lemon juice, and was the
Olive oil, a little sesame seed oil,
Uh-huh.
salt, pepper, and some red pepper flakes. And that was it. That's it.
That is a very pretty salad, actually,
beautiful?
Veronica. That's gorgeous.
I love it.
Yeah,
All right.
you know when you put that on a white platter so the colors pop, and you bring that out for a cookout or something, yeah, that's gonna get eaten.
So I'm gonna pour this over.
And that is like the perfect amount of dressing too, without it swimming in oil, right?
It's just enough.
Oh, that's lovely. And you know what? This is a salad, I'm going to tell you right now, that's only going to get better for the most part. The only thing that can really break down is the tomatoes. But because there's so much other stuff, you're probably not going to really notice that.
You won't.
So that's a little bit of a make-ahead. That can sit for, it probably gets a little bit better.
The longer it sits.
Right. Not going to want to go like days.
No. But if you're making it for an event or a party or
make
something.
it in the morning.
You can make it in the morning, and then you can let it sit in the refrigerator.
For sure.
Nice. Okay, well, we are.
That's it.
That's it.
All
Simple.
right.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. I see what you did there.
You're good. You're
You
good.
didn't mean to do that, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, all right, we're going that route. All right, great. Well, I tell you what, we've got a lot to clean up here, and we've got these SoCali croquettes.
Yes.
Which is not easy to say.
No.
SoCali. Not SoCal, SoCali.
SoCali.
Okay, so SoCali croquettes on the other side, but we'll get cleaned up and get this all plated up and take a break. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Whether you need a hand shopping for groceries, using up scraps, or finishing every bite, Meal Prep Mate can help you plan better and save more. Whether you're a newbie getting your first taste, a meal prepper honing your chops, or a meal prep pro hungry for a challenge, you can learn how to eat smarter, plan better, and save more at every step of meal prep. When you finish every bite, you save. Start prepping with Meal Prep Mate at SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back. I'm in the kitchen today with Veronica Hendrix, and behind us here is the California caviar that we made.
Yes, it is.
And it looks delicious.
Oh, I love the mint
I
in
can
it.
smell the sesame oil too. I can't wait to dig into that. But right now, we have to make our SoCali croquettes. Now, all right, SoCal, just talk.
Well,
just tell me what this is all about.
It's all about a nod to my southern roots.
Right.
So that's the so. And then Cali, I'm a native Angelino.
Okay.
I was born in Los Angeles, raised in California. So it's kind of a nod to my southern roots and then also embracing the fact that I live in California. That's why it's SoCali.
And you know, you're calling these croquettes, but they are unlike any croquettes I've ever seen. I mean, it looks like our starch component here is going to be a sweet potato.
Yes, the white sweet potato.
The white sweet potato. And I don't see any eggs.
No, there are no eggs. You know, I have a lot of friends that are vegans.
Right, and that's what this last dish was sort of about, was you know, being vegan friendly.
Yes, vegan friendly.
Okay, and even like you said that gluten free friends, you can adapt it for that too.
Yes, for them, I have friends that are gluten free. So instead of using wheat panko, I can use rice panko. So there are no eggs, there's no flour other than coconut flour that we have here.
Which isn't really a flour.
It really isn't a flour. So if you are a vegetarian, vegan, or gluten intolerant, this is a great recipe.
Okay, now I know that we have that and sweet potatoes, and I can see that this is corn. Tell me what this mixture is. What is this?
This mixture is a combination of collard greens and carrots, onions, garlic, and also fresh tarragon.
And you cook that down in water or stock or
just a little olive oil and butter. That's
olive
it.
oil and butter.
And
okay.
then you cook it till it's done. Put it on.
I just want to see how far you cook that down.
Taste that. It's still got a lot of texture to it.
So it does. It's not as cooked as much as like a southern collard green, but I do like collard greens with this. You know what? That tarragon really comes through.
Kicks up.
Holy moly, that's great. That's delicious on its own.
It is, and it could be a great side dish as well.
You got a little heat in there too?
Just a little.
So,
There's heat in everything.
Yeah, I was going to say. Got it right at the back end. Okay, how do we make these?
All right, so we've got our white sweet potatoes that we have cooked. You can either bake them or microwave them. I believe, for me, the best way is a microwave because, you know, I don't have a lot of time. Easy.
Walk away.
So we're going to get these in this bowl. So it's about 2 cups of baked sweet potatoes. Take the peels off of this. We're going to just break it up in here. Okay. Looks to be about a cup, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
A cup. So we need about 1 more cup.
Yep, that looks like about a cup to me.
We're going to, I like your suggestion you had earlier.
Just spoon it on out,
Spoon it
right?
on out. Yeah, that might be the best way to do this. All right, so we're going to get this in here.
And sweet potato is a very, very healthy carbohydrate. You know, it's a little cleaner, a lot cleaner actually than a regular potato.
Exactly. And you know, funny thing about sweet potatoes, I always tell this story. It was the first food I ever ate.
Really?
As a child, yes. My mother, the first food that she made all of us when we were little were sweet potatoes.
Interesting.
And then my sons, when they were born, that was their first food, first solid food.
Right.
So it's a tradition.
Nice.
All right, so we've got our sweet potatoes in here. Let's get them a little bit mashed up. Maybe I can
work
chop
those with our hands a little bit.
I love working with my hands. Okay.
And if you need a paper towel, I am at the ready.
All right. I think I do.
Okay. How did I know that?
Okay. All right, thank you. So I'm going to take this spoon and chop it up a little bit because I've got to mix this green mixture in here.
Right, and there's really no liquid going in
No,
there.
there's no liquid. Okay, so we've got that fairly chopped up. Might want to add just a little bit more.
Oops, you just got a little piece of skin in there,
Okay.
so watch out for that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, very economical too. I mean, once again, sweet potatoes, not expensive. Greens, not expensive.
Carrots.
Right. Not the most expensive thing here is probably the coconut
Yes.
flour.
Oh my
right?
God. Coconut flour. You're right about that. So we're
Well,
going to get that in there.
you know, it's nice. I mean, because we're at a time now where people who have sensitivities or intolerances to things have a lot of options. They really do. In terms of the different flours, almond flour, coconut flour.
Yeah, there are a lot of different flours out there.
Yeah, you go to the baking section of your local grocery, and sometimes, I mean, the displays for the flours are massive, massive. Things that are stone ground, whole grain.
All kinds of options.
Right.
Okay, we're going to put just a little bit more sweet potato in here.
Okay, well, you got one more there.
One more. That's why you
Looks great, though.
make a few
It
extra.
smells really good, too.
That tarragon is just magic in this recipe.
Yeah, you don't see it in there because it's covered up by all the greens.
Yeah.
But, boy, you sure taste it.
You
That's
do.
delicious.
And you use a generous amount of tarragon in this recipe. I say don't be afraid. You start off with a tablespoon. That's what I start off with. And go from there.
Yeah.
I love tarragon. Fresh tarragon. Okay, so we're going to add just a little coconut flour in
And
here.
this is just to sort of help bind.
Help it bind it together. So we're going to start off with...
And it brings its own sort of lovely flavor to it. I mean, that coconut, so good.
It really is.
I mean,
it's fragrant
that
too.
smells great.
It does.
Really, really good.
All right. Okay, probably should get this oil going soon, you think?
Yeah, why don't we get that pan on, actually?
Okay.
It's a good idea. While we're forming these patties.
All right.
You need another one, huh? You good?
I think I need one more.
Okay. There you are.
So this is one of those dishes you really get
Yeah,
your hands into
know.
it. All right, so we're going to pour this oil in here. We might need a little extra oil, and if so, I can get a little bit more in there. Oops, let me just get a little bit extra oil.
Oh, good. You came equipped because I'm looking around and I didn't see oil.
Well, you know
I don't know what you're going to do, Veronica.
I was thinking in the event that I needed more oil, I would have it down here. So we'll just leave it here just in case.
Oh, because maybe it does absorb a little bit of it?
It does.
Right, okay.
It will definitely do that. Okay, all right, so that's going to get heated, and let me continue to mix this up a little bit.
Because you really want this fully incorporated here so
Yeah.
every bite sort of tastes the same.
Exactly, and I may get my hands in this in a minute just to make sure.
Well, I'll help you. I mean, I can help you form patties.
That would be great. So we're going to form maybe in about, I don't know, 10 to 12. We'll kind of play it by ear.
Okay. And what size are you looking for?
Let's see.
You want them as a patty, not a ball, right?
Kind of a patty, yeah, because we're
Yeah.
going to pan fry these. Now, I've done these in the deep fryer.
Yeah, I bet you that's delicious
and
too.
it's good too, and I do them in balls. But for if you're going to pan fry
And
it,
go patty.
I would
It's
go
just
patty.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're not rolling it around
Exactly.
and it's not frying forever.
All right.
Right.
So we're going to coat it in some panko. So if you can spread some of that panko on that plate.
Okay.
And in the event that we need more, I'm sure we can get more. But that should be a great start. Okay. Make sure this is all mixed up. It looks like it's pretty well
Yeah, I
mixed.
think you're good.
All right. Okay, so we can start forming these, and I'll form
So
the
what are we
first
looking
one.
for? About patty about like that, maybe?
Yeah, maybe about, let's see. How about like,
Yeah, decent sized
That's
patty.
it.
All right.
how about like that?
All right.
Ooh, aren't they beautiful? Look at the colors.
Yeah. No, it's great. And you know what? It really doesn't need any egg.
It doesn't.
News for you. It's like sticking together just fine.
All right, we're just gonna
Yeah, I think we're close there.
put a little panko. Okay.
Great. And these are things too that you can actually, if you were doing this for company, there would be no problem getting it to this stage and then just sort of holding it on like a cookie sheet in the fridge.
Exactly.
Because fried foods, whether they're shallow fried or deep fried, if they're breaded like this, do better when they sit. Because what happens is it allows the coating to stick to the patty.
Oh.
And sometimes you ever had like, you've eaten something where you bite into it and it just like the coating comes off.
Yes, I've had that
This
happen.
will prevent that if you let it hang
That's
out
a
for a
great
little
tip.
bit. So definitely not a bad make ahead.
I like that.
We've got our oil smoking here.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, it might be too hot, you think?
Yeah, I'll continue to do this. Why don't you start putting these things in and you can kind of watch them while I do this for you.
Okay, because hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah, we'll watch it. Yeah, and if you stick a few in, it'll drop that temp nice and quick, right?
Yeah, looks like it's happening. And we're going to have to turn these pretty quickly because they are really heating
Yeah, it's
up.
kind of screaming hot. I can see
Yeah.
it. You're right.
All right, I'm going to turn them right now.
You can always turn them back.
Ooh.
No, look at that. Look at that. They look great. They look great.
These will be out in a few seconds.
Right. Did you turn that heat down on that just a little bit
Yeah.
there? Yeah, get that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take these out, I'm sure.
Because everything's cooked in here, so you're really just
Yeah,
browning
just
up the
browning.
outside.
Let's get that out, okay?
Oh, yeah. They smell fantastic.
Okay, we need to get a little of this out. The thing about these two, sometimes can you pass me another napkin?
Oh, hold on one
That's
second.
okay.
Let me. All right.
All right,
Got it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sometimes the greens will come off a little bit, so if they do, just fish them out.
Right, because they'll burn.
They'll burn, yeah.
All right, there you go.
I think this is a great start right here. We're good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's kind of where you want it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was frying pretty aggressively
It
that
was.
last
It was very aggressive.
But you know, it's hard. I mean, we're cooking and talking at the same time here, you know.
Okay.
You know.
Oh yeah. They cook really fast. Like you said, all we want them to do is brown.
Well, they smell delicious.
All right, I think we're done.
Great. Beautiful. All right, so we got them set out on paper towels so they drain a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Part. Okay, perfect.
What do you say? We get cleaned up? We'll take a little break here, and come back, and we can have some croquettes and our California caviar.
You'll get it.
I'll get it. All right, don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I am with food blogger Veronica Hendrix, and the food is upon us.
Yes, it is here.
Here we are. We've got our croquettes and we have got our California caviar.
That's it.
I can't wait. And it smells really, really delicious. And everything just like kind of cooked up so fast.
It really
and
did.
Very easy. Shall we?
Yeah, let's
Should we
go
start
ahead.
like just kind of dishing
Yeah,
stuff out
let's
here?
do that.
Here. hook you up. This smells so good and looks so fresh. There you are.
All right, thank you. And can I serve you a croquette?
Yeah, please. That would be wonderful.
All right.
And we've got some lemon wedges here to serve it with, but we could also, you could do remoulade or dressing. You could do a ranch with it, right? Hot sauce would be good with this because it's a croquette. All right, I'm going to give it a little squirt here. And let's see what we got going on.
Okay. I love those crispy collard greens.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
Great. Crunchy. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't need egg. Doesn't need egg. It's a really nice. You know, this is almost kind of like what you do with leftover mashed potatoes.
Exactly.
You know what would be good for someone who wasn't a vegan? We could make these and put like a poached egg on top. That would be
That's
super
a great
delicious,
idea.
right?
So what do you think of the tarragon?
I love it. It absolutely comes through in a really appropriate way. That's great. I'm going to try some of the caviar here. It was fun too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You can taste that hint of mint.
And a nice heat from the jalapeno. And I got to tell you, the two go really well together. What a delicious, clean, healthy meal. Right? The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking I really like the idea of an egg on top of this.
We'll do that next time.
Right? A poached egg or a fried egg.
That would be delicious.
It's kind of addictive.
These are really tasty.
Wow.
And easy to make.
Right. Right. And listen, if you don't want to cook down collard greens, you could cook down mustard greens, what have you, right?
You can even, mustard greens. I'm sure you can even use kale. Kale might even work.
That would absolutely work. Veronica, thank you so much. You're always so lovely to have, and you do such great work here. I'm really enjoying this, and I really urge you all to make it. Right? You gonna come back and do it again?
I'm going to come back.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. Just goes to show you we really are cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. On behalf of myself, Veronica, everyone here at Community Cooking, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.